Hello, welcome to this new video. In the previous video, you have learned how to clean up your profile and you are now totally ready to get into action. What are we gonna cover in this video? It's basically what people and where to find them to build your business. Now, what do I mean with that? I mean that the basics that we're gonna teach you in this video series is prospecting. With the team, we have gone through different variations of prospecting, engagement, spamming, which I would not advise to anybody. And we've basically come to the conclusion, based on all of that different scenarios that we've gone through, that there is only one way that feels really sincere and natural and doesn't create any resistance with you, neither with the person that you prospect. And that's, as I've said earlier, that's the Ray Higdon way, I call it. Now, that's what I'm going to teach you here. But before we go there and before we start going through the type of conversations and the scripts, if you will, I first want to explain you the different types of markets there are. Maybe if you are already familiar with network marketing or with prospecting, you will know this. But if you're brand new, it's very important to know what are the different types of people, the different markets, and how do you make your first connection with them. Now, the different type of people, we have three categories. We have the hot market, the warm market, and the cold market. Your hot market is basically everybody that knows you, that knows your face, that knows you personally, that misses you maybe when you're not there. That's your hot market. That's basically your mother, your sister, your brother, your auntie, your co-workers, your colleagues, your people that you studied with. That's your hot market. Then secondly, you have the warm market, and your warm market is people that know you, but they don't know you very well. You've maybe had a conversation with them, but you know, they don't lie awake at night if they don't hear you for 2 or 3 weeks, you know. It can be people that you've had a couple of conversations with back and forth on social media. It can be somebody you met once or twice at a party. That's your warm market, basically. And then your third market is your cold market. These people simply, they don't know you. They have no idea who you are, what you look like, what's your name. They've never heard of you. That's your cold market. It's important to understand who they are because we will use a little different strategies to prospect them so that it feels comfortable. It wouldn't feel comfortable to prospect your warm market in exactly the same way or your hot market in exactly the same way as your cold market. Knowing that, we will come back to that in the next video. A second thing is, and that's specifically for people that you've never had a conversation with, your cold market. How are you gonna connect with them? So that in the next video we can explain what to say to them. Now, how do you connect to your cold market? And we only gonna talk here about using social media to connect. There are different ways to also do prospecting, like on the street or at the store or whatever. But here we only talk about social media, and you take the social media that you prefer. Are you more an Instagram person? Are you more a Facebook person? I don't have any preference for what you choose. I am more going towards Instagram at the moment because it just feels more natural and smoothly for me. But if you're a Facebook person, that's totally fine as well. Anything is good. Now, how do you connect with your cold market on social media? You basically go and look for pages or groups. If you are a Facebook fan, you go for pages of celebrities, of people who are known in the business space, like Tony Robbins, Gary Vee, Zig Ziglar. I'm just naming a couple. You can also look at people who are successful and look at the pages that they are following and maybe get some inspiration from them or from that. You can follow pages about health, about CBD, you know, all that sort of pages is very, very useful for the business that we are in. You can go into groups. and also there get to know people. That's basically the location where you will find the people. And what are you gonna do now? And I am a big believer of pages, so I'm gonna stick to that to explain it to you. You're gonna basically go through these pages and look at posts. And these posts either have comments or they have likes. Now, you can do two things. You can go through the comments and see who says something smart, something that you like, that appeals to you. And you can like it, you can comment it, and not trying to get them at this stage to look at anything. You just comment something sincere. What you do next is you will click their name, go to their profile, and on their profile you will take a post and you will comment against something. You don't have to, if you want, you can obviously, but you don't have to like 20 of their photos or something like that, because also they're gonna ask, who is that person? So if you just comment on one photo and like it, and from there you can actually at the end say, I sent you a little message, or I sent you a message. And at that moment, you send them the message that we're gonna talk about in the next video. The same with, we go back to our original page where we found the people who made comments. You can take the likes, and you may have pages with 1,000 likes. You can scroll through them till you see people that you say, okay, these are, I always go from this feeling like, would I like to work with this person? If I don't want to work with him or her, I won't prospect him or her. So I go through these pages, and that's a bit intuition and feeling, I find. And I basically take out these persons that gave likes just on a feeling, and I go to their profile, and there I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna take a post of them, I'm gonna say something nice about it, and I'm gonna tell them I've sent you a message. And if I've done that, I just open the messenger, or I send them a message if we talk about Instagram, and that I'm gonna explain in the next video what that is. With regards to warm and hot market as well, but there we didn't have to take that first step to go through that profile, because they are already people that you know. So we now go to the next video where you will learn what to say in that first message.